Well, here we are again in Cornwall, and this time it's in Newquay. Can't recall really the number of times I've been to Newquay, used it as a base for travelling around painting, and quite an amazing place, really. So many parts to Newquay for painting. You could just spend a week in Newquay itself, really, different angles, different places for painting. And all I'm doing now is just putting a bit of a mix on here. If you do hear any noise in the house, our grandson Asher is out and about, so you might just invade the room at some point. And he's just a matter of putting words together. He's reached that stage at the moment, and but there we go. So if there is a bit of mayhem here, it's Asher that's arrived. Now then, let's have a look. We got you can see I'm mixing colours in. I'm starting with the light colours first, and then we'll get on to I've put a wash on already of the sky, like a summery sky, and in doing that, that's given me a bit of a head start, really. And it's just a plain wash of intense blue with ultramarine blue, and but you see all these colours are mixing together, and I'm not thinking of detail. You're just thinking of the rough shapes and rough lights and darks, and where they're going to go, and the greenery will make its way down the cliff face by there, and similarly at the back here. And there's not a lot more we can do at this point. That's got to be more or less left until we come to accentuate here and there. But that's like my base colour on, and you'll see when we come next now how that will be taking that bit further. What I can do, of course, is get a bit of the rock in here. I think it gives a little bit of a foreground. And again, I'm just mixing different colours in. I'm not because the colours in the rocks will alter all the time depending on light. So and rather than keeping to the dull greys, often in rocks, if you really look, you'll have all these different colours that are sort of merging together. We'll put a bit of a rock here. The idea is it'll balance all that there. And I was running away a bit, so I've just soaked out the brush and just soaked it up like a sponge. Panic, people get into a bit of a state when they're painting in watercolour. They think that, it's all going to run away, and it's known as an unforgiving medium, but really it's not. There's can always recover mistakes, and surprising. Someone once said the only difference between a bad painting and a good painting is that there are less mistakes in a good painting. So there's nothing perfect, but you're just there we go. I want to get some rocks in by there, and I think we leave it at that for now. Right, time to accentuate. There's an actual building out here, and you've got a footbridge that makes its way across. One of the most memorable times I spent in Newquay was when I was a minister in Emmanuel in Cardiff. We had a meeting on a Tuesday afternoon called Friendship Hour, and we'd have elderly people come along off the estate. The church is on a big housing estate, and I mentioned to the committee, why don't we just take them all on a holiday? Some of them have been on a holiday for years, wouldn't dream of going on their own. And so with the first holiday we arranged with a hotel in Bournemouth, within a week we had 38 names. And that was the first then of many holidays, taking people off the estate away for a holiday. And as long as the hotel gave me a function room for the evening, so I could hold meetings, and also in the morning if possible. And we'd have meetings morning and night, and people who weren't even with us, who were staying in the hotel, would often join us for the evening, which was great. Now see, I'm putting water in here, and I'm going to mix it soft, and then I can come in and accentuate even more later if I want. And I need to do something similar with the greenery up here now. One of the cool things when we stayed in the hotel in Newquay, it was the Victoria, and we were there because they were renovating it really, and there was a lot of noise going on and banging, and so it didn't cost us a lot to go there. But with the lift that came down, you could go past reception and come down to a cave down onto the beach, and walk out of the cave onto the beach. And how cool is that? So yeah. Now, see, I might come in here later. Now, some might think, oh, that's gone a bit mucky. But we can come in with a little bit of gouache and tint it with a little bit of blue, and you'll see in the finished painting the difference that will make. Now, see, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to follow the crags down, and then I'll just get some clean water and merge that in. And we'll repeat this by there. So I'm working negatively. See, I'm creating light on this edge here because I'm working around it. And again, if I go over it with clean water, again, with these videos, I'm trying to show you different technique, really, of how to apply the paint. But you can see already now, and because I'll come over all of this again with more stronger paint, and which means less water. And I can put my finger in there and merge it, and already, but you can see the effect of rocks and of the cliff, but I need to do something, so I'm mixing blue with a little bit of light red, and that's what I'm using to come around here really. So I thought I'd spend some time on this video just showing you this particular technique. So if I merge clean water, there we go. And all you're doing then, you're getting the effect of light and dark, and you can accentuate more with some gouache later to get some bright greens in. But already you can see that coming. And then if it came to the rocks on the bottom here, I'm keeping the light to my left. Always got to remember that. When I put figures in then in a little while, they'll give it all a little bit of scale. But you watch in the finished painting, you'll see how I've come at it that bit more to get a little bit more detail in. But there we go. So we're nearly done at this stage. You have to do in stages and a bit of patience. When I said to me years ago, she said, you'll never paint in watercolour. You haven't got the patience of watercolours. But it's not patience really. It's just doing a bit at a time, having a little bit of a break, putting the kettle on, having a cup of coffee, coming back fresh again, so you're not too tired doing it. And again, you say, I'm going to get water around this, and this will be quite a feature here. We'll get some figures in here, and I'll just darken where you'd have the wet sand here at this water's edge. So I'm just dragging the brush along, really. I'm not labouring it too much, but that's enough for now, and you'll see in the finished video how we take that much further.